Say Selenium class 29 elements handling in Selenium. Yesterday, Selenium WebDriver commands or methods incomplete. Some verification methods are pending. isDisplayed, isEnabled, and isSelected. Next, some methods are there. Methods are commands, find elements, next get text, etc. That we will discuss in elements handling in Selenium chapter tomorrow, means next class or day after tomorrow. Okay. Today I will explain first WebDriver verification methods, then elements handling in Selenium. Okay, before that, just a brief introduction about elements handling in Selenium. Prerequisites to create test cases in Selenium WebDriver. Prerequisites to create test cases in Selenium WebDriver. One is element locators to identify elements. Next, WebDriver commands to perform operations on elements. Next, programming features. You take Java, Python, Perl, Ruby, anything. Programming features to write programs, means to enhance test cases, inserting verification points, handling errors, etc. Next, testing framework annotations to group test cases, execute test batches, and write detailed test reports. Okay, come. Prerequisites, just a minute. Prerequisites to create test cases in Selenium WebDriver. Just a brief introduction. Element locators. You know, purpose of element locators: to locate elements or to recognize elements, or you can say to identify elements. To identify elements. Next, Selenium WebDriver commands. Selenium WebDriver commands to perform operations on the elements. Next, programming features. Programming. Say either Java or Python. Just a minute. Python, etc. To write. See, we follow programming platform syntax. We write test scripts. Or you can say to enhance test cases. To enhance test cases means inserting verification points, adding comments, error handling, etc. Next, testing framework annotations. Observe Vijay testing framework. Testing framework selection or this one compatibility depends on programming platform. If we use Java for programming, then compatible frameworks are JUnit or TestNG. If we use .NET for programming, then compatible framework is NUnit. All are almost all same, but depends on programming platform. Okay, are you following Jyotirmayi?
Sir.
You can select any framework, but depends on programming platform. If we use Java for programming, then select either JUnit or TestNG. You cannot select NUnit. Suppose if you select C#.NET for programming, then you can select NUnit. What is the purpose of testing framework? Just a minute. Either JUnit or TestNG. What is the purpose? Put mute Pavani. Purpose to group test cases. Next, execute test batches and generate detailed test reports. Okay, this is about prerequisites to create test cases. Okay, before moving to next topic, can you tell me, Pavani, what are the prerequisites to create test cases in Selenium WebDriver?
Element locators, WebDriver programming and testing framework.
Yes, element locators, WebDriver commands, programming features, and testing framework. Any supported testing framework annotations. Okay, now come to yesterday's pending topic. Sirisha is there. Preeti, okay. Smriti, okay. Selenium WebDriver. Verification commands. Say 14 is displayed. Okay, first I will explain syntaxes for all three verification methods. Then I will show example. Say first one is displayed, next is enabled. These two methods are commands applicable for all types of elements. Example, buttons, links, edit boxes, etc. Next, last one is selected, applicable only for checkboxes and radio buttons, not for all elements. Getting this point, Vijay Bhairappa, these verification methods, first two verification methods applicable for all methods, all elements, is displayed, checking the visibility status. Next, is enabled, checking whether the element is enabled or not. These two applicable for all types of elements like buttons, radio buttons, checkboxes, edit boxes, links, etc. Next, last one is selected only for radio buttons and checkboxes. Okay. Say is displayed. Preeti, Joshi, are you following or any confusion?
I'm good, sir.
Okay,
I'm
good.
following.
Good.
Sir, Shirisha is not going to attend today, she said.
Uh, I didn't receive any mail. Okay, we'll
Okay.
check. Checks whether whether the element is displayed or not, in the current web page. Syntax. Say we are checking the status of visibility. It will return Boolean result, logical result, true or false like. So we need to store the value. Boolean variable name equal to driver object dot find element, find e capital, find element of by dot element locator of value dot is displayed semicolon. Okay, example I will show. Next, 15th one is enabled. Sequence is first check displayed status, visibility. If visible, then check enabled or not. Checks whether, just a minute. Checks whether the element is enabled or not in the current web page. Next, syntax. Observe same Boolean variable equal to same element locator of value is enabled. Next, is selected. 16 is selected. S capital letter is selected. It checks whether the element is selected or not. Checks whether the element is selected or not. Syntax same. Just a minute. Boolean variable name here is selected. Is selected. Okay. Before moving to examples, note. Observe is displayed. Is displayed. Next is displayed and is enabled. Is enabled commands are applicable for all types of elements. Example, links, buttons, edit boxes, etc. But is selected is only applicable for radio buttons. Radio. Just a minute. Radio buttons and checkboxes. Okay. Now come to example. Say I can take different type of elements, button, link, etc. Okay, I'm going to take one checkbox. On the checkbox, I will show all the operations. Checkbox and radio buttons only we can show the all operations. Now guide me Jyotirmai. Suppose go to gcrit.com. Not admin interface, user interface. Here click create an account link. Here take this page directly. Here newsletter checkbox is there. You perform these operations on this one. Guide me Jyotirmai. Guide me. Jyotirmai not responding. Pavani.
Sir, I am here, sir.
Okay.
I am, sir.
Okay, cool. Continue Jyotirmai. First create driver, Firefox driver instance, then launch that page and perform these three operations on newsletter checkbox. Say WebDriver driver equals to Firefox. First F capital, next driver D capital, open and close parenthesis, semicolon. Next import WebDriver language bindings. Just a minute. Import WebDriver libraries, not binding. Next import Firefox. Firefox.
Sir, we need to write a new.
Yes, that's why it is not providing context help. Okay, good observation, Preeti. New Firefox driver, import Firefox driver library. Next, launch the, okay. navigate to so and so page. Suppose
Okay.
driver dot get driver dot get open and close parenthesis. Within this one,
We need to
use
put
that
the URL.
registration page, customer
Okay.
registration page. Next, go to that one. Observe.
Driver dot find element.
Just a minute. Just a minute. First, inspect that element. Inspect the element.
Okay.
Firebug. Scroll down. Take mouse pointer and show the newsletter. For this newsletter, name element locator available. You try with the name. If name works properly, then continue. Otherwise, you can check with XPath or something. Okay, name.
Okay.
What is the name value? Name value is newsletter.
Newsletter.
All are
Newsletter.
small letters only. All are small
Okay.
letters.
Small
Okay.
letters.
Driver dot find element by dot name locator value is newsletter single word newsletter single word first dot is displayed syntax is variable required. Suppose boolean. Suppose display status. Any meaningful variable you can take, Preeti. Okay, display status.
Okay.
And one more thing, Preeti Joshi, we are going to perform multiple operations on the same element. Instead of following the complete syntax, you create a web element, then you can perform operations one by one. First create a web element. You know how to create web element. Try to recollect the second syntax. Web element. Suppose checkbox. Any meaningful name you can use. You can use what is that one? ABCD also.
New.
Just a minute. No new. Web element. Import. Next display status. Instead of this one, you can write just checkbox. Okay, just a minute. SYSO control space enter. What is the expected output of Preeti? Display status. What is the expected output? True, yes. That element is visible. Visible. Say expected output is true. Next, suppose boolean enabled status equal to checkbox dot type I select is enabled semicolon. Next, SYSO control space enter enabled status. Just a minute. Next, observe Jyotirmai. One more variable, boolean selected status equals to checkbox dot is selected sy, just a minute, SYSO control space enter, selected status. Observe Preeti, what is the selected status of this checkbox
Check.
element? Is selected or not? Not selected.
No, not
Selected means true, not selected means false.
False.
Say false. Next, select this one. Suppose checkbox dot click. You no need to write complete
Right,
element, all element hierarchy. We created web element. Next, again check. Suppose selected status. Already we used the variable, just second time, no need to specify the data type. This time it will be true. Okay. True, enabled status also true. True,
false.
false true.
False.
True, false true. Run the
Sir,
program. Run the program. Just a minute. Open this one. Observe Jyotirmai. True, false true. Okay na?
false. Yeah. Sir, one question here.
Just
Why
a
we
minute.
need to do this?
Just a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Driver dot close. Just a minute.
Okay.
So completeness. Run the program. Run the program. Launching. Checking. True, false true, and browser closed. Now ask me, Jyotirmai.
So why we are writing the select status second time after
Second
checkbox
time
click?
only for observation.
Okay.
Only suppose after selecting whether it is showing true status or not. True.
Okay.
That's why
Okay.
it is optional.
Okay. Sir. Got
Sir,
it.
I have a question. I didn't get line number 13 where we have created a web element.
That we will discuss in element locators chapter.
Okay, sir.
Element locators chapter. Observe Preeti Joshi. This we discussed already. Preeti Joshi,
Yes, sir.
can you recollect? Web element
Yes, sir.
is predefined class. Web element, next element name. You can use ABCD. Then object hierarchy, element hierarchy. What is the problem, Pavani? Element hierarchy. Why we are writing this? Why we are creating this web element? Otherwise, you can use complete syntax for every step. Whenever you want to perform multiple operations on same element, then you follow this syntax. Code optimization. Any problem, Pavani?
No, sir, it's clear. I
Somebody
understood.
asked who is that person?
Sir, I asked Smriti.
Smriti. We already discussed this, Smriti. You are not concentrating. We already used this syntax in element locators chapter. What is the problem?
I'm good, sir. No, thank you.
Okay. And you try to refer that one after the class. Vijay, are you following or any confusion, Vijay?
Sir, I have one question, sir, related to this only. Sir, like sometimes the page load is happening more than the required time, no, sir. Then that field will not. Sometimes the page loading will happen more than the time required.
That is synchronization. We didn't discuss synchronization. Synchronization chapter we will discuss in future. It is not time to ask that question. Here, if any problem is there, then ask me. Nothing problem is there.
No, sir. If this is enabled, is displayed.
Huh.
Can we use that as a condition? Yes, like how have you used your web element? Field name is equals to driver by name, and boolean whatever the variable name you provided,
Pardon? Web
and
element?
sir, web element checkbox is equals to driver dot whatever you have provided those two names, no sir. Can we use this as checking for that condition, sir? Like once that field is displayed, then proceed with the further operation. Like
Yes, we can write condition.
Okay.
But here we are discussing only commands. We are not applying any logic. You can apply the programming logic if required. Then what is the problem?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know, sir. Because
you can proceed. Suppose an edit box is there. If edit box is visible, next enabled. If edit box visible and enabled, then enter some value into that edit box. Otherwise, show the message edit box not available, like you can write the logic.
Yeah, it was giving error as a timeout, and that the field name is not displaying. So that's what I wanted to understand.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Come to mainstream. Observe. Smriti Pandey. Come to mainstream.
Yes.
Elements handling in Selenium. Okay, we discussed the pending methods in the last chapter, Selenium WebDriver Verification Commands. Some more commands also there. For example, find elements. Next, get window handle. Next, get text, etc. That I will explain in this chapter. Not today, tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay. Now come to this one, element locators. We already discussed element locators. Just a brief idea. And one more thing, observe Jyotirmayi. It is important chapter, foundation.
Yes, sir.
If you are familiar with handling elements in Selenium, not only in Selenium, you take any functional test automation tool, UFT, RFT, silk test, any tool, major challenge in functional testing, major challenge in functional test automation is object identification, element identification. If tool can recognize all of our application objects or elements properly, then automation is very simple. So handling elements is important activity in test automation. Okay, if you familiar with handling all elements properly, then no issue, you can easily automate. Okay, just idea we already discussed. Element. Preeti Joshi, come. Element locators. Purpose of element locators to recognize the elements in the web pages, or you can say to locate the elements in the web pages. Selenium supports 8 element locators. We can use any one unique locator for recognizing elements uniquely. Why different types of elements that we already discussed. Some developers may not provide all element locators for all objects. Next, some element locators, example link text, partial link text, applicable for link elements only, etc. Some element locators may be duplicated. Okay. Now list out the element locators. Preeti Joshi, list out the element locators.
ID.
ID. First priority goes to ID. ID is fast in recognition. Next, small letters. Name.
Class name.
Class. N capital. Class name. Next, fourth
Tag
one,
name.
uh,
Tag name.
tag N capital, tag name. Next,
Link.
fifth one,
Link.
link L small letter, T capital letter.
Yep.
Link text. Next,
Partial link.
partial.
Partial
Partial
link.
L capital letter, T capital letter, partial link text. Next,
Yes. Okay.
just a minute, just a
Yes.
minute.
Yes.
CSS, S capital, selector, CSS
X.
selector. Next, last one,
X.
X path, location of the element in the web page. Okay, now you come Pavani. Pavani, second one, general web elements,
WebDriver commands.
not commands, web elements. General, we already discussed. Already I told, Selenium point of view, browser page. Browser page are not elements. We handle browser and page using driver object. For remaining elements, we need to inspect the elements. But in UFT, everything is object. UFT, formerly QTP point of view, browser is object, page also object. Okay, browser, next page, these two different kind. We can handle with the driver object. You no need to inspect these elements. Next, powerful object in the web, link. Next, added box, text box. Next, text area, text area. Next, error message,
Message.
error message.
Video button.
Next, window pop up. Just a minute. Observe, Pavani, observe. Suppose click Gmail, just a minute. Observe, Pavani, here, one account, all of Google. This is text area.
Yes, sir.
Next, sign into Google, sign into continue to Gmail. This is also text area. Next, just a minute, observe. Click this next button. This is error message. This is also static, no functionality. Next, text area also static, but these two are different. Say, text area defined by development team. Next, error messages. This one, getting error messages depends on end user operations. End user operations, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if you enter proper email and click next, you won't get this email. You won't get this error message. Suppose without entering any value into email 8 box, if you try to enter, means if you try to click next, then you will get this message. Say,
Yes, sir.
text area, error message. Next, just a minute, observe. Read if mail, click sign in. Without entering username, password, click go button. It has to show error message. Click go. It is showing error message, but not in the same page. It is showing window pop-up. This is window. It is not web element. It is window. Getting this one? This is
Yes, sir.
pop-up. Okay, now tell me, Preeti Joshi. I think all of you familiar with these three elements: text area, error message, and window pop-up. Window pop-up also error message, but not web element. Getting or any confusion?
The Rediff.com is the image or it is text, sir?
That
Pardon?
is Gmail.
Read if mail.
Rediff.com. Rediff.com.
Ah,
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
that may be image. Just a minute. This is image. Observe tag. Observe the tag. What is the tag?
Image, sir.
Image. There is image type element. Developers used image type element. It is not text area.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now come Pavani. Continue Pavani. Any other? Suppose.
Radio button.
Just a minute. Image. Image means general image. Means no functionality. You can return the image title, etc. Image. Next. Image button as like push button. Next. Image link as like text link. As like text link. Just a minute. Button. All of you put mute. Link. Button. Edit box. Next. Radio. Radio button. Next. Checkbox. Checkbox. Next. Drop down. Drop down box. Next. Combo. List box. Selecting one or more items. List box. Next. Combo. Combo box. Next. Web table. Static. Web table, or you can say HTML table. Table. Next. Frame, etc. Okay na Pavani, we covered maximum web elements na.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you come Vijay. Vijay, WebDriver commands. Just list out WebDriver commands. WebDriver commands. Observe Vijay, we have some categories of WebDriver commands. One is browser commands, means browser general commands. Browser commands. Browser commands. Next, browser navigation commands. Browser navigation commands. Next, commands on general elements. Or you can say just elements. Just a minute. Next, verification commands. Next, just a minute. Others. Wait commands are there that we will discuss later. I think Vijay not
Yes,
responding.
sir. Sir, I'm here only, sir.
Okay, cool, Vijay. First I'm taking browser commands. Browser commands. See what are the important browser commands. Observe Vijay. Browser general commands. Get. Next, just a minute. Get title. Next,
Get URL.
get current URL. Get C capital. Get current U capital URL. Next, get window title. Say, suppose if you want to work with multiple browsers, every browser having unique window handle. In this chapter, I will show just how to return window handle. Next, handling multiple browsers topic. I will show how to use window handle. Here, no usage, just how to return. Get window. Window means browser window. Window handle. Next, close. Next, quit. Just a minute. First, I will show example. Then we can go for second type. Example. Come Vijay. You fulfill all these three. I think I told na. Quit method means to quit all opened. To quit all browsers that opened by Selenium WebDriver. You try in your machines, it will work. But in my machine, some problem is there. But purpose of quit is same. Close means closing only focused browser. Just a minute. Okay. This is get. Next, return get title. Suppose string
URL.
browser title. Browser title equal to driver dot get title semicolon. Next, string browser URL equal to driver dot get current URL. Next, string window handle equal to driver dot type G, get window handle. To try to display, suppose SYSO control space enter, suppose browser title, just a minute. Browser URL, next, just a minute. Browser window handle, run the program, launching. Observe Vijay, browser title, browser URL, window handle. Okay, na? Next one more. Pardon?
Some numbers it gave, sir. Some numbers, window handle.
Window handle, not number. That is string type data. We cannot argue that one. That depends on that window environment.
What we are trying to verify with that, sir?
Pardon?
What we are trying to verify with that?
What I told already. What I told. In this chapter, I will show how to return window handle in handling or working with multiple browsers topic. I will show how to use window handle. Then why you are asking this question?
Okay, sir. I did not.
Here only restrict to how to return, how to use. We will discuss later. Where in this topic, working with multiple browsers. Next, observe Preeti Joshi, string. Actually, it's not required. Suppose page source equal to driver dot get page source. Suppose in page source you can find page title, etc. You can find substring. Anyhow, it is a rare use. SYSO control space enter. Page source. Next, driver dot close. Next, this is not here, but if you want to close multiple browsers that opened by Selenium WebDriver during execution, then you can use this quit. Multiple browsers. Just a minute. Page source. Observe, Preeti Joshi, this is page source. These are the regular commands. Preeti Joshi, any problem?
This get page source, and when we click on the Google right click, right, then also we can get that
yes,
get
then also
page.
This is returning using Selenium WebDriver. Manually you can get.
Okay, so it means they both are the same thing only,
both
right?
are the same, 100%.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. See, this is general. Next, you come Preeti Joshi. Second category, browser navigation methods. Say, yesterday or day before yesterday, we discussed alternates for navigation methods. But proper way is, suppose if you want to change your URL while execution. If you want to change your URL in your test case, you can use navigate to. Suppose if you want to come back, navigate back, etc. But you can use get also, but that is not the proper way. Anyhow, alternates. Browser navigation methods. What are the important navigation methods? See, navigate, open and close parenthesis, dot to is option. To navigate to, next,
Navigate.
just a minute. Navigate back, navigate dot back, next,
Navigate
forward, next, navigate dot refresh. Remaining full screen, rare use, Preeti. If required, you can use. These are the regular, not regular. These are the frequently used one.
Okay, sir.
I will cover in one example. Observe. Suppose launching Google. Just a minute. Launching Google. Next, just return Google title directly without storing into variable. Suppose SYSO, control space enter. Next, driver. Just a minute. Driver dot get title. Next, driver dot type in select navigate dot to within double quotes URL. Just a minute. Suppose Yahoo. Just a minute. After navigate to, just capture that title. It is optional. Next, driver dot get, navigate. Type in select navigate dot back. Navigate back. Definitely you can get previous URL Google. Next, driver dot find element, not find element. Driver dot type in, just a minute, dot in select navigate dot forward. Next, check this title. I think first one Google, next one Yahoo, third one again Google, fourth one again Yahoo. Run the program. Observe Preeti. Google Yahoo, Google. Why it is not taking this one? Oh, method, incorrect method. Dot type F forward. Now you can get correct outputs. Google Yahoo, again Google Yahoo. Run the program.
Syntax.
Pardon? What is the problem, Pavani?
No, sir. No. It's okay, sir.
Okay, Google Yahoo. Okay, na Preeti Joshi, any confusion?
Sir, before this, you wrote there, right, one method, the get class or something like that, right?
That we are not using not now. You don't focus on that one. See, in WebDriver, thousands of methods available. Some methods we never use. Forget about that one. Whenever you want to use any rare method in your project, you can get help from that context menu. But don't focus on rare methods. Getting this point?
Yes, sir. Can you please tell me just what
No.
is...
If you want to learn complete Java, core Java also, it will take nearly 1 year. Don't focus on other things.
Okay, sir.
We never use get class, rare use, but get title we will use. Next, get navigate back we will use. That's why. See, so many methods are there. Some methods rare use, some methods unnecessary methods also. But we can't say like that. But we no need to focus. We no need to focus on them. Next, come to see methods on elements. If you want to observe, you take any technology, Preeti Joshi. If you want to learn every concept, suppose C language, if you want to learn every concept, it will take nearly 2 years. Otherwise, within 1 month, you can learn C language. Required concepts. Commands. Or methods on web. Okay, elements. I think that get class we use get class in parallel testing chapter. We are going to discuss that one. It is not time to that one. Okay, anyhow, I will check that one. Just a minute. String ABC equal to driver dot get class extends. Just a minute. Change type to ABC to class. Okay, I will explain later. Anyhow, we will use this one, but remaining methods, rare use or no use. Come Smriti Pandey, methods on elements. Say, methods on elements. One is find element. Next, find elements. next send keys, just a minute. Next click, next clear, next get text, next get attribute, etc. Next verification methods.
Sir? That in commands, I mean, find element and find elements are different, sir. 1, 2.
Difference in elements WebDriver commands chapter. We didn't discuss this one. This is these two are different. This we use for list. Hello, confirm is displayed. Next is no space, is enabled. Next is selected, okay. These are the important. Next some just a minute. Others. In this others category, important are one is manage dot options window dot maximize. Next, I'm not writing complete syntax, partial syntax. Observe dot explicitly wait W capital, etc. Next, come Jyotirmai. We list. Okay, we handled browser. We will handle remaining elements also. Means edit box, button,
Okay, sir.
button, link, etc. Before that, just list out the prerequisites. We discussed all element locators and WebDriver commands also. Okay, we didn't use these, but in future we will use these. Next, come to programming features. Third one, in our training program, we are going to use Java. We are using Java only. Okay, Java programming. We already discussed for our test automation Java standard. Observe Preeti Joshi. Java has three important additions. What are they? Preeti Joshi. Java has three important editions. What are they? The first chapter we discussed.
Don't remember.
Core Java, sir, Core Java, Advanced Java, and
Okay, Core Java, Advanced Java, mass terms. But vendor, Java vendor, previous vendor Sun Microsystems, current vendor Oracle, they never used those terms. Okay, Java Standard Edition, old name J2SE, new name JSE, public term or mass term Core Java. Next, Java Enterprise Edition, old name J2EE, new name JEE, public term or mass term advanced edition. Java, you can say advanced Java, core Java, advanced Java. Next, third one, Java micro edition, old name J2ME, new name JME. It is for small devices like mobiles. Say Java Standard Edition, or you can say mass term core Java is enough for our test automation. Jyotirmai, you list out the core Java concepts for Selenium, including comments. We use comments in our test cases. It is not rule but standard. See, comments, then maintain the sequence, data types, next modifiers, next variables, next operators, next Java flow control, Java control flow, Java control. What is the problem, Pavani?
No, sir.
Okay, Java control flow statements. We have three categories of Java control flow
statements: conditional, loop, and branching.
Conditional statements,
Loop.
Next, loop statements or loop structures, or you can say looping through the code. Next, branching statements. Okay. Next, come to next one. String handling, strings. Next, arrays. Next, array list as like dictionary object in VB script. Next, IO input and output operations, and file handling, Next, Java methods. Here we have two types of methods. One is predefined methods. Next, user defined
methods.
Just a minute. User defined methods. Next, one important topic, exception handling. Exception exception handling. All these are Java language elements. Remaining also Java particular topics. OOPS, object-oriented programming. Here we have 4 fundamentals. One is
Inheritance.
inheritance. Second one is
Polymorphism.
polymorphism. Next, third one is abstraction. Next, fourth one is
Encapsulation.
encapsulation. Next, object interfaces, all are concepts. Okay, these are the concepts. Okay, na Smriti Pandey, are you following or any confusion? Just a minute. We discussed the example, but I didn't mention manual operations. Observe Preeti Joshi. Example already we discussed. Example already we discussed. Just manual operation. Next element onwards. First manual operations, then example. Handling browser. Observe Preeti Joshi. Launch browser. You know how to launch browser. Just create browser driver instance or object, then it will launch with blank URL. Next, navigate to specific URL. Navigate to specific URL using get. Next, return. I am mixing these concepts. Return current URL. Next, return page title. Next, this one, return browser title.
So return means close, sir, here?
Return means capturing. Return. This is a return. Just a minute. Why you are asking this question? Return means, observe this this selected one. What is this one? Checking the enabled status and returning to variable. That is returning.
Okay.
Returning means storing the value.
Okay, sir.
Suppose if you capture browser title, you need to store into variable.
Okay.
Suppose navigate to so and so web page, you no need to store anything, just operation. What is that operation? Navigating to Google home page. Suppose return page title, a return browser title means you are going to store some value.
Okay,
cool. Next, return browser title. Next, return page source. Next, return window handle. Purpose we will discuss later. Window handle. Next, close focused browser. Just a minute. Next, close uh, all browsers that just a minute, that opened by WebDriver. If you open any browser manually, it won't close. Only by WebDriver during execution. Okay. Next, come to navigation commands. Navigate to another URL. Next, navigate back to previous URL. Next, navigate forward. Next, refresh the browser. Next,
Minimize the browser.
maximize. You can use logic. You can try that. Minimize the browser. Maximize I will show in test cases, writing test cases chapter. Refresh the browser, minimize the browser, etc. Next, full screen, etc. also there. We already discussed that example. Just a minute. It is not the place. Selenium WebDriver steps. Okay, na Preeti Joshi, any confusion?
No, sir, I'm good.
Okay, cool. You come, Smriti Pandey. Come.
Yes.
Next, we handled browser general operations, navigation operations. Next, come handling edit box. List out the operations. First, primary operation, this one on this edit box. Primary operation, enter a value. Enter some value. This is primary operation on edit box. Next, some other operations also there. Observe, based on your requirement, you can use them. Check displayed status. Next, check enabled status. Next, enter some value. Next, return the value. Observe, Jyotirma, you asked, return means capture the value, store the value. Sometimes,
Okay.
suppose value already there in the edit box, we need to capture, as per our test requirement, we need to capture the value and compare with expected. Yes, you can return. Return means capturing and storing. Okay, return. Return the value. Return the value. Next, clear. Clear the value. Observe Preeti, Smriti Pandey. Smriti Pandey.
Yes, sir.
Any other? Any other? Smriti Pandey. Any other?
I don't think so.
Pardon? Your voice is very low. Try to increase the volume. Any other on handling edit box? We covered maximum na.
Yes, sir.
Come Selenium WebDriver steps. Selenium WebDriver steps. All of you took note. You come, Vijay, you come handling edit box. Handling edit box, Vijay. Suppose Gmail.
Right, Google Office, Gmail, sir.
Gmail. Just a minute. Click this one. Here edit box is there. Okay. Just a minute. Driver dot get within double quotes. Just a minute. Suppose gmail.com just to try to run this partial code. Try to run this one. Okay, close statement is there. Okay, just a minute. Next, enter some value into this one. Driver dot find element by dot first inspect the element.
But ID.
Just a minute. Take mouse pointer, show this one. ID available, ID, email, name also available, but give first priority to ID. ID is faster in execution. ID, email only, E capital letter, by dot ID of email, dot send keys. Suppose Vijay 321. Run the program. Entering some value. Observe Vijay, entered some value na.
Yes, sir.
Entered some value. Okay. Next,
Get that value.
what are the important operations? Before that, check displayed status, enabled status. Before that, but these are not primary operations, but sometimes important. Before that, you check that one. And one more thing, Vijay, we are going to perform multiple operations. So create web element. Otherwise, first syntax. This time only first syntax. Next I will show second syntax. Observe Boolean.
Sir, web element.
Next, first syntax first. Display status. Getting my question? Web element second syntax for element locators. That we will discuss later. I will show both. Any confusion?
No confusion, sir.
Driver dot find element. Just a minute. Displayed status. Driver dot find element
Yes.
by dot id of
Email.
email
Selenium.
dot is displayed semicolon. What is the expected output? Display status true.
True, sir.
It is true. Next, Boolean enabled.
Status.
Enabled status equal to driver dot find element by just a minute, by dot id of email dot is enabled semicolon. Next, SYSO control space enter enabled status. Okay, next third operation, this one. Next, return the value, that is string type data. String, suppose, what is that one? Email, any meaningful name, equal to driver dot find element by dot id of email dot suppose get text. We will try this get text. SYSO control space enter email. I think it won't work. It is for text area or error message. Run the program. It is not returning. The status enabled also true. Observe, Jyotirmaya, I am going to use another one. Get attribute command. Get attribute. Just a minute. Get attribute. Launch the Firebug. Show this edit box. Here input is element locator, ID is element locator, type is attribute, autofocus is attribute, name is element locator, value is defined. Observe, Jyotirmai, value here nothing. Why?
Why?
By default 8 box is blank na.
Blank. Okay.
User can enter something. Value. What is this value? Is it element locator? Value is not element locator. Attribute. ID is element locator. Name element locator. Type is not element locator. Attribute. Just a minute. Suppose, just a minute. Dot get attribute of value run the program, launching, entering some value, observe Vijay Bhairappa is returning now.
Yes, sir.
If you want to return any value, I didn't introduce this get attribute command. It is time to introduce get attribute of value, but by default blank, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Next, one more thing. What is that one? Clear. Driver dot find element by dot id email dot clear the value. Okay, already entered the value now. Just to use some wait statement. It is optional. Thread dot sleep. Suppose 4000 milliseconds means 4 seconds. Safe side auto exception. This is observe Vijay. Observe. Run the program. Launching. Enter some value. Capture the value. After that cleared. Okay, now Vijay, any confusion?
Sir, since there's only one field, can't we give directly driver dot clear, sir, or we need to give particular? Sir, since we are only checking for one field, so can't we give directly driver dot clear, sir?
No, not driver dot get. That is child element only. Browser is parent.
Okay.
Browser is parent. So how can you say that is a 8 box? Suppose in that page others also available. Suppose next button also available. Why can't suppose you are going to check enabled status? Why can't it check next enabled status or find my account link status? Here no segregation for 8 box something na.
Okay, sir.
Whenever you want to perform any operation on elements, you need to recognize the element. First identify the element. Otherwise you can't.
Sir. Sir, one more question, sir. When I'm trying to do the same thing here in Google Chrome and Firefox, sir.
Yes.
I'm getting that password element is not identifying exceptional in thread name, sir. Unable to locate element, method name and password.
Password element?
No, sir. When I'm trying to do the same operation, what is it? No, sir.
Here, where is the password element? Here only email. No password element.
No, yes, sir, I tried, but I'm getting that error, sir. Exceptional.
Yes. If you check the element existence, it will show exception that we need to handle. See, in Selenium, writing Selenium WebDriver test cases chapter, I will show that one. How to handle that exception. What is that exception? No such element exception. That exception is common for any element checking the existence. Okay, na?
Okay,
here we are not discussing that exception. In Selenium WebDriver test cases chapter we will discuss. Observe Smriti. We covered maximum things na Smriti?
Yes, sir.
This is first syntax, Smriti. What is the first syntax? Writing complete hierarchy. Suppose whenever you want to perform multiple operations on the same element, first create web element, then perform operations. But that is not but no restrictions. You can follow this first syntax also, but second syntax for multiple operations is optimized way. Observe this one.
Okay, sir.
Observe, note,
Yes.
whenever, just a minute, whenever you want to perform multiple operations on the same element, in a test script, then create web element and perform operations one by one. Otherwise, you can follow first syntax also. Now guide me. Earlier who forgot? Pavani, guide me for second syntax.
Sir,
Ah.
this is Preeti. I have one question, sir.
Ah.
Can you please show me the code?
Ah.
Sir, get attribute we can use for only edit boxes, or we can use for something else also.
Yes,
sir?
for others also.
So,
Suppose
for
if you
example,
want to return button title, button name, for that you can use get attribute.
okay, sir.
Others also.
So for drop-down also we can do those, right?
Pardon?
Drop-down list?
Drop-down list, yes. You try. See, some methods applicable for some elements only.
Okay, sir.
If value is there, you can return. Suppose in list box or drop-down also value is there. You try that one.
Yes, sir.
For example, isSelected method is there. isSelected, that is not applicable for edit boxes, only for radio button and checkbox. Any problem?
No, sir.
Okay. Now come Pavani. You follow second syntax Pavani for this one. Already I told now. I want to perform multiple operations on this edit box. Instead of writing complete statements every time for every operation, observe this point. Instead of writing complete statement for every operation, just create web element, then perform operations one by one on that web element. That is the optimized way, but no restriction. You can follow first syntax also. In the previous example, we used first syntax only.
Yes, sir.
Create web element, web element. Suppose email edit box. You can use any meaningful name equal to driver. Just a minute. Driver dot find element by dot id of email user semicolon over. Next, perform operations one by one on this email. Put mute Pavani, some background noise from your side. You come Smriti Pandey.
No, not from my side, sir, that one.
Okay. Email dot send. What is the sound?
I think from Vijay.
Vijay, put mute. I think others in mute only. Pavani, you only unmute. Remaining all are in mute. Okay, we'll try. Email dot send keys. Suppose Pavani 123. Double quotes. Observe Pavani. Run the program. Launching. Enter value.
Yes, sir.
Okay, na? Next, get that value, return that value, variable mandatory,
String.
string, suppose email address equal to email dot, just a minute, email dot get, just a minute, dot get attribute of value semicolon. Next, if you want to display that value, SYSO control space enter, email address. Next, after that, after returning the value, clear the value. Suppose email dot clear. Email address is different. That is string. It is not element. Next, before this one, check that status also. Suppose boolean a equal to driver dot, not driver, email dot is displayed. Just a minute, spell
I
mistake.
think Boolean spelling mistake, sir.
Yes. Next, a equal to email dot is enabled. Just variables take latest values, SYSO control space enter a. Next, SYSO control space enter a. Suppose after entering value, you take some time. Suppose thread dot sleep. Suppose 5 milliseconds, 5000 milliseconds means 5 seconds. Observe Pavani, run the program. After 5 seconds, it will removed. Okay,
Yes,
na
sir.
Pavani?
Yes, sir.
And one more thing, Pavani, observe Jyotirmay also. Preeti, instead of passing this direct value, you can use parameter also. Okay, you can read external files, etc. Now I am just using variable. Try to understand. Suppose string uh, email value. Example. Suppose Pavani 123 at gmail.com semicolon. Now pass that value. Don't use double quotes for parameters. Just email value. Run the program. Launching. Enter value. Why it is not entering?
Sir, you have entered in the field name this one, sir.
Oh, just a minute. Problem. Just a minute. Semicolon. Mistake. Where I need to enter? Here.
23rd line, sir.
Here. Just a minute. This is second syntax. I forgot. Run the program. Okay, good observation, Vijay. Run the program. Enter pavani123@gmail.com. Now removed. Observe. True. Pavani123@gmail.com. Okay now?
Sir, previously why it not came, sir? What's the problem?
Pardon?
Previously why it not came?
Who you are asking? Who is asking?
Pavani, sir. So I didn't
Pavani,
observe.
your question is invalid question. I already told mistake. Where I placed here. Misplaced.
Okay.
By.id. ID value is email only, but I misplaced that one. This is the correct place where send keys. This is the correct place. That's
Okay.
why. Any problem?
No, sir. I mean, I didn't find any mistake. That's why I asked. Okay.
Mistake. I already told. You tell me, Preeti Joshi. Any queries, Preeti Joshi?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
Cool. Welcome. Observe Jyotirmayi.
Yes, sir.
Any problem?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. And one more thing. Before going to discuss remaining. See, in this class we discussed two elements. Handling two elements. What are they? One is handling browser. Another is handling edit box. Remaining we will discuss next class and third class also. Before that, before closing the session, on general topic, observe Preeti Joshi. Major. Just a minute. Major challenges. Observe Bhairappa. Major challenges in functional test automation. Functional test automation. What are the major challenges? One is object identification. Object, general term, object identification. Otherwise you can say element identification. Next, observe Vijay. Environment issues. What are the environment issues? Suppose compatibility with OS and browser issues. In interviews also you can explain this one. Observe Preeti Joshi. Did you observe this environment issues?
Yes, sir.
Suppose your scripting logic is correct. Your scripting logic is correct. Suppose you are using Windows 7 32-bit operating system. You downloaded software related to or compatible to Windows 7, Eclipse IDE, Windows 7 32-bit example, Eclipse IDE, Java, etc. But sometimes you can find, I several times found that one, our scripting logic is correct. If you try to execute that script, it will show error. But if you check that script, no error. Without changing anything, just try to execute the same script once again. Second time, it may execute. Then what is the problem? Maybe environment issues. Getting this point, Preeti Joshi, environment issues.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes correct scripts, no syntax errors, no runtime error. Correct scripts may not execute properly, may be executed after 2 or 3 times execution. These are called as environment issues. If you find this type of environment issues, you just inform to your team lead. Suppose in your company, small size project, small size team, only 1 or 2 automation testers working for that. That time, suppose no lead and team concept. That time, as a automation test engineer, you inform this issue to technical support people or system administrator or network administrator in your company. Depends on your company's designation. Next, object identification. Suppose our Selenium is not vendor tool. Our Selenium is not vendor tool. No reliable technical support. Why? It is open source tool. Okay, but that Selenium developers forum regularly, or you can say frequently, updating the Selenium components, Selenium IDE, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium grade. But new features may not work properly. You can try them, but object identification is crucial part uh, using that inspectors. Suppose if it is Mozilla Firefox, use page inspector, or you can use third-party plugins or add-ons, Firepath tools. Suppose if it is Google Chrome or IE, you can use built-in developer tools for inspecting elements, and you try to identify the unique locator and try to identify that one. At the end, you can try with XPath. I think most of the time, you can get object identification, but sometimes may be problem, but no vendor support. You only face that problem. What is the problem, Vijay?
Me, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. No.
Okay, welcome. Observe Jyotirmai, getting these two types.
Yes, sir.
If it is environment issue, you try to rectify the problem. Otherwise, raise ticket to your company's technical support people. Okay. I think nowadays maximum companies 99% companies using that technical support team. Next, environment issue, okay. What about object identification or element identification? You need to find the solutions for that, but no reliable technical support from anybody. If it is UFT, formerly QTP, if you are not able to recognize any element, even though you loaded appropriate add-in, vendor is responsible. Vendor can provide a solution at end, but here no reliable technical support. But maximum we can achieve. Sometimes only we need to get help from others, forum, but no guarantee.
Yes.
Any other queries? Smriti Pandey. Smriti Pandey.
I'm good, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to close the session for the week.
I have one question, sir. The environmental setup, I was installing Selenium 3, but it is not working. So, what do you suggest? Which I need to install?
Say, suppose in your company also they recommend you try to use previous version Selenium 2.5.3. After 2 or 3 months or 4 months, the Selenium 3 issues may be rectified.
Okay. So, from where? Because when I went to the Selenium HQ, I just got the latest one.
Not
the 3
latest version. You didn't observe that one. Just a minute, observe.
If you go to the previous releases,
Previous
you
versions are there now.
Yeah, previous releases, it is there, 2.53.
Download. Here, observe. Preeti Joshi. Previous releases. Previous releases. Here, observe. 2.53. See, 2.53 is there now.
If you click on that, you will see that. Yeah.
Next. What is the problem?
Now it's good, sir.
Okay, cool. I'm going to close the session for the week. Vijay, any queries regarding this today's class? Vijay, any queries?
I have one question. Sir, I have one question. Like in case if you have any problem, sir, like understood, sir, like you're telling there's one website where we can put our if you have any problem, so that if anybody is able to solve our problem, it will be good. So which is that website, sir? Like do you know, sir, like any site which we can put if you have any queries?
SeleniumHQ.org forum is there now.
Okay, sir.
SeleniumHQ.org forum is there. You can put the queries. They may solve the problems, but no guarantee. They may solve.
Yeah, yes, sir. Okay. Like, sure, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
No question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Jyotirmai, any queries?
Yeah. No, sir. I'm good, sir.
Welcome. Pavani.
Sir. Can you please send the 28th class?
28th class. You are not observing. People not observing. In this today's invitation mail, you find the attachment, but I didn't mention. You need to observe. As a tester, you need to check negative things also.
Oh, yeah, sir.
In today's, okay, cool.
If she's observing negative stuff, sir, she didn't solve the feedback.
Okay. Usually you send differently,
I will
right?
send proper mail today with the 29th class notes also. But
no problem.
In this okay, cool. In this today's invitation, 29th class invitation, I also sent 28th class notes. Okay?
Yes, sir. I have seen that.
Okay. Next, Preeti Joshi, any queries?
No, sir, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Smriti Pandey.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Okay. We will meet on Monday, same time. Thank you.